The Assyrian Empire was one of the most powerful and fearsome civilizations of the ancient world, rising from the northern region of Mesopotamia along the Tigris River. Its story is one of ambition, warfare, culture, and innovation, spanning from its early beginnings around 2500 BCE to its final collapse in 612 BCE. The Assyrians built an empire that not only dominated the ancient Near East, but also left a lasting mark on human history. At first, Assyria was a small city-state centered in Ashur, named after the chief god of the Assyrians. For centuries, the people were traders and farmers, benefiting from their position on key trade routes. But as time passed, the Assyrians developed a reputation for being fierce warriors. By the 14th century BCE, Assyria had begun expanding its territory, eventually transforming into one of the most powerful empires of the ancient world. The height of Assyria's power came during what historians call the Neo-Assyrian Empire, 911-62 BCE. Great kings such as Ashurnasirpal II, Tiglath-Pileser III, Sargon II, Sennacherib, and Ashurbanipal turned Assyria into a superpower. Their armies were among the most advanced of their time, using iron weapons, siege engines, cavalry, and ruthless tactics to conquer vast lands. The Assyrians ruled over Mesopotamia, Egypt, Anatolia, and the Levant, creating one of the largest empires the ancient world had ever seen. But the Assyrian Empire was not only about war. They were also skilled administrators and innovators. The empire was divided into provinces with governors who collected taxes, enforced laws, and managed local affairs. This system of governance influenced later empires, including the Persians and even the Romans. One of the most remarkable achievements of the Assyrians was their contribution to knowledge and culture. King Ashurbanipal, who ruled in the 7th century BCE, established one of the world's first great libraries in Nineveh, the Assyrian capital. This library contained thousands of clay tablets written in cuneiform, preserving myths, laws, religious texts, and scientific knowledge. Thanks to this library, modern historians have been able to learn much about Mesopotamian culture, including the famous Epic of Gilgamesh. The Assyrians also left behind incredible architectural wonders. Their cities, especially Nineveh and Nimrud, were filled with massive palaces decorated with carved stone reliefs that depicted scenes of battles, hunts, and daily life. Monumental statues of winged bulls, known as Lamassu, guarded the gates of their cities, symbolizing strength and protection. Despite their power, the Assyrians gained a reputation for brutality. They often used terror as a weapon of control, deporting entire populations, destroying rebellious cities, and inscribing their victories in graphic detail on stone walls. While these tactics helped them dominate for centuries, they also made them many enemies. By the late 7th century BCE, Assyria's vast empire became too difficult to control. Constant warfare drained its resources and rebellions spread across its territories. A coalition of Babylonians and Medes rose against Assyria, launching a series of devastating attacks. In 612 BCE, the great city of Nineveh fell, marking the end of the Assyrian Empire. The once mighty conquerors were reduced to history, remembered for both their brilliance and their cruelty. Yet, the legacy of the Assyrians lived on. Their innovations in military strategy, administration, and culture influenced later civilizations. Their art and writing still inspire awe, and their library gave future generations access to the wisdom of Mesopotamia. The Assyrian Empire remains a symbol of both the heights and the fragility of power. It shows us how ambition can build greatness, but also how harsh rule can invite downfall. From warriors and kings to builders and scholars, the Assyrians shaped history in ways the world can never forget.